Wake up, Isaac. We got work to do. Welcome back to Dead Space 3. I've got guests with me again. Introduce yourselves, guys!
Who's that?
Hi.
Boy,
Cute kid. You leave him behind?
he's dead. Dad had killed him and his mother.
You're already here. You're lamenting your family tragedy.
We're not friends.
I was going to ask, is the guest that you have here, Sergeant John Carver, spaceman extraordinaire?
Yeah.
Good, we're almost there.
Nope, it's Blind Sally.
Hi, I'm Blind Sally.
There you go. You heard the man. Maybe you didn't. But it's okay, I'll recap for you.
Carver's
We've been
a
Isaac
dick.
napped. And Blind Sally's correct. Carver's a dick with great taste in music. Or at least old school anime. Dead Space is very anime inspired. It does make sense. And it seems like he's not really the life-giving sort, so instead of dumping all of those medkits on me, he's just dropping them on the floor. But to be fair, the Eudora serves as one hell of a restock. And a very pretty ship, look at this thing.
Carver, he's you'll like him once you get to know Carver.
Look, I'm on.
While we listen to his diary, let's say,
It's
yes.
his birthday.
Shit.
Is that Dad? Thanks for the present, Dad.
He's just swearing in front of his kid.
Soon.
Okay. I love you, Dad.
Father of the Year, ladies and gentlemen.
You gave him a soldier.
John, he idolizes you.
Well, you better get that idea out of his head. You got that? I gotta go. Love you.
Don't walk away mad, John. Hey. Sorry, buddy. I wasn't listening to that. My bad. I'll just be minding my own business from now on.
Let's get to the fucking bridge and get this over with, Clark.
I guess I'll let him brood for now.
I liked that the idle animation made him look like he was squaring up all intimidatingly.
All right, everyone, listen up.
Get away from my
13
diary,
days
Clark.
ago, Agent Ellie Langford and her team attempted a blind shock to an uncharted planet. She believes it holds the secret to stopping this marker epidemic. But we've been unable to make contact. Our number one priority is finding and securing Agent Langford and her team.
And best of luck with that. Best of luck with that to all of these idiots. These poor, massive IQ fools. I'm an engineer. Carver, he seems pretty smart for a soldier. Look at him admiring the weird, unique geometry of the Eudora. I love the design of this thing. It is the antithesis to Dead Space. It's like they flipped the colors.
Hey,
They've
speaking
even got,
of
like,
stuff
OSHA
and
standards.
meaning,
What's up?
do you know what Eudora means?
No, what does it mean? I actually don't know.
Greek for good gift.
Well, who's the one being gifted here?
Our presence is a presence.
Well, Isaac is being delivered to Ellie, I guess. Isaac is a gift, isn't he? He's gifted. Isaac is gifted. He can swing his mouse cursor all around this corridor without hanging up on the edge of his desk. That took one hell of an arm movement on my part. I hope you appreciated it. Does that say 10 forward up there?
Hell yes, it does.
I guess Whoopi is old enough.
That's a Stargate reference, isn't it? You know what? Don't answer that for me. It's a Stargate reference.
Yeah. Also, they're just swinging around there. You can clearly see the shock space corridor that we're getting a little better look at this time around. Especially if you invert the colors of it, it looks like a big giant eyeball staring at you.
Of course it does. It's wonderful. There
The
are
maps
eyeballs.
off to your left look like eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly. We are concurrent in noticing even more eyeballs. That shape on the left there of the Eudora's hallways, that also is a recurring shape. They love these eyeball, needle-like shapes. And this ship just reflects this alien future that Dead Space isn't. It's wonderful. It feels so out of place. Like this guy.
Norton?
But also, yeah,
All right, people, we're going
the power schematics and lines on the Eudora's like Master Systems display also look like the fucked up eye drill thing from Dead Space 2. But anyway,
4, 3, 2, 1.
I love Norton's little jiggle.
The hell is that?
His boots are magnetized. It's the only part of him that can move is his shoulder shimmy. Whoa, look out! Watch out, it's a rogue historical reference!
It's the CMS Shackletoe.
Christ, this place is a junkyard.
Christ is also a historical reference.
Sign of Ellie's ship?
Yeah, I'll have to do a bonus video on Christ sometime. His involvement in Dead Space 3's creation.
According to the registry, they're sovereign colonies warships.
You serious? They'd be over 200 years old.
Wait, I'm getting something. It's an SOS coming from that ship dead ahead. The CMS Roanoke.
Understandable that it'd still be here, I'd say.
All right, Rosen, close to 500 clicks.
Aye, sir.
Those lights, are they beacons?
Hang on.
No, those are we've already.
Rosen,
Okay.
get us out of here!
Collision warning. Brace for impact.
I can't!
Nice. Oh, it's happening, lads.
It wouldn't be a Dead Space game if human beings didn't get recklessly sucked out into space for staring at windows on a spacecraft.
Carver, goddammit, give me a hand here!
Oh, Carver ain't here. He fled down the damn hallway. What a coward!
Grab some of that paneling.
I'm sure he's just looking for something very important.
His anime mixtape.
Look, I'll explain it. Like Carver.
That and his EVA suit.
He's already found one! Nice job, Carver. Thinking quick. Both of us working together. Isaac saving the crew. Carver running onward to demonstrate something real cool that I didn't even know. Look at this! A Carver cutscene!
Nice.
Gravity.
And if you're Isaac and you watch this cutscene, look at this. When Carver gets up, you're just Isaac again. How cool is that? This game has so many tiny little cutscenes like that. I can't wait to show you all of them. Maybe. Maybe. Gentlemen, I would like you to take a nice close look at Isaac's sweet leather jacket, because it's the last time you'll see it, as it is sucked into the black hole of his chest.
Good lord.
He's still wearing it under there. Thanks for the save, buddy. Welcome, Carver.
He looks like the protagonist from Haze now. You remember Haze?
Oh, the game
Yes!
with the piss yellow color palette. Yeah.
Yeah! Lower that gold visor. Aw, man. Similar taste in junky space futures. I love it.
Rosen,
But yeah,
Doc, brace yourselves.
the gold space helmet visors giving me, I don't know, some really big sunshine vibes.
Oh, here we go with sunshine. You gotta sow that seed early.
we haven't gotten to that point yet. Yeah.
We made C. Jacobs watch Sunshine in preparation for this video? Or just in
And
general?
it was
Yep.
fantastic. Sunshine is a really great movie. He just wanted me to see it because, well, something like this may or may not happen in it.
This looks so goofy.
and a lot of people with really big personalities just making life absolutely miserable for one another in the midst of a giant space disaster like this.
Yeah, there is a certain amount of that going on here.
This looks hilarious.
It does look pretty funny.
Isaac, where are you?
I'm coming. Just hang on.
But when you consider that we can go our separate ways and have our own screens, it becomes a whole hell of a lot cooler.
Are we going to see any of that when we split off different ways, or?
Oh, in fact, we will. That way, I just wanted to show that you can go off camera. Crow went under that debris while I went through the middle.
Hey, watch it! Watch it!
The best co-op gameplay is when you're just trying to like constantly knock each other out of the way to hopefully push one or the other into wreckage.
I got it!
I'm not going to say that we did that, but we did end up doing that.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are an amazing number of effectively scrap takes that we did of this sequence, either through incompetence or possibly malice.
Sabotage. I like the word sabotage.
Coming from somewhere inside, so let's hope so.
My god, what a set piece. Dead Space, since 2, has had booster moments like that, but allowing you to fire your gun at the mines and blow them up with your co-op partner also flying around with you. Like, I'm with Sally, it looks fucking goofy, and I love it. I love how desperate you look to catch up to the thing.
And also, just keep in mind, yeah, they do really emphasize the fact that, yeah, you're supposed to be a team going through this, because if one of you eats shit and dies over the course of that sequence, both you and your co-op partner have to restart it completely.
Yeah, you gotta watch each other's backs and fronts from time to time. And also watch out for collectibles just drifting out here in space. We're getting a good look at the fleet right now because we need to waste a little bit of time. There's dialogue coming. I'll show that artifact later because it's actually a little bit of a spoiler. There's dialogue that I had no idea plays outside this airlock if you take a look around.
Looks like the power's out everywhere. There's no way to activate the cargo doors.
I think there's a manual crank on the other door. See it? Right. I'll see if I can get inside.
Not that one. No. We need to chill out with our pal Norton to get his opinion on the situation, because I'm sure you were all chomping at the bit to hear it.
I'm curious.
I've seen a lot of ships, but never anything like these.
Yeah, that's because the sovereign colonies were sore losers. When they lost the secession war to EarthGov, they scuttled their entire fleet. I'm surprised any survived.
Sound like the Hellgast.
From home anyway.
If this is where Ellie went, you can bet it had something to do with the markers.
And the funny thing is, that dialogue is pivotally important to understanding the SCAF fleet and why they are secessionists so early. They thought they had their own solution to the dwindling resource war. And I think we know what they came here to find.
No.
Ellie Langford. They came here to find her.
Time. I'll try to open the cargo doors. Hang on.
Isn't it fascinating, right? No, you know what? You go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, basically, so, welcome, to our first, Sovereign Colonies. It's a station, but also a ship, the CMS Roanoke, as in the lost colony of Roanoke.
I'm gonna prompt you. I'm gonna prompt you with your own, I'm gonna quote the original LP.
I'm waiting for it.
Roanoke. Yeah. They named the ship Roanoke.
It's like naming an ocean liner the Titanic 2.
Or naming a spaceship Icarus 2, perhaps.
Hey, there we go. It all ties together.
They named the ship Icarus 2 because they lost the first Icarus.
There we go. Welcome back, everyone. Doesn't that make you feel all warm and fuzzy? It just makes me smile. It makes me smile so much. We picked up a weapon part there, because it turns out this game has weapon crafting. We'll get to it in a minute, and younger 17-year-old C. Jacobs can fuck off. The weapon crafting in this game is dope.
How much longer?
Hell yeah, brother.
Like, it is amazingly robust as someone who has now gone up one end of it and down the other by force.
Jesus.
Now get in here. Give me a hand.
Up one end of it and down the other is probably describing Rosen and Locke's dinner after being inside that fucking box, spinning around like that. Jesus. They lost their lunch, he lost his leg.
I mean, yeah, Locke, I can feel a tiny bit sorry for. Rosen, fuck him.
There you go. Don't stray too far. That's an order.
Oh, yes, sir, Captain. Thanks.
Also, Jesus, like, I can see like all the little like director orders you've been giving me over the course of the LP. Like,
can't you?
They're all they're all coming together now. Like, okay, I can see where the pieces are fitting together now.
And we have a little bit of time to talk about this. That's why I actually looked over at Carver there. You may remember him from the original LP standing in that spot when you're in single player. You may have noticed when we left that box set piece, Carver was no longer with us. Don't worry, he's not going anywhere. I just wanted to show off that in some segments like this, they gave Carver a place to stand, to imply that he is with the rest of the crew. He exists. They just forgot. Here, let me bring him back to reality by helping him out a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, he's just standing there, just chilling with Norton, being at his captain's right hand, because this is functionally the last time that the two of them are going to be on the same page. Definitely, well, hell, specifically for the co-op experience.
That's what's so funny about Norton is what he said there about the Sovereign Colonies being sore losers establishes his character so much because he wasn't fucking talking about Ellie and Isaac's relationship. He was talking about something else.
Jesus. Coffins everywhere. Looks like some kind of a funeral.
Executions.
Why do you say that?
Bloodstains on the wall are head height.
That's no good.
Thanks, Tips.
Oh, I gotta say, I regret listening to the dialogue. It makes this situation a lot more somber. That dialogue, of course, only plays in co-op, so we didn't even hear it in the original LP. And Carver would know about executions, wouldn't he?
Dead end.
Oh, a dead end. Let's fucking go home then, maybe.
Can we cut through it?
No. It's too thick. But it might cycle open if I can power it up.
He was actually talking about Norton's forehead. It's too thick. Cursed is the man who dies, but the evil done by him survives, is what that door says, by the way.
There was also a bit of graffiti that said, "Thoughts of you came drifting back," and a whole bunch of other little melancholy sayings.
These SCAF folks really did seal this place up good, didn't they?
Bench?
With all the parts
Also,
lying around here, I bet I can make
I suppose you can also interpret it as, like, this is just Visceral's design ethos leaking out, being effectively, like, with the gun from EA right up against their temple, about to pull the trigger.
So, why was Make in Asterix there?
Hey, well,
He's gonna red-green this crap?
Well, because he's not crafting it out of particles, okay? We're not woodworking a gun. We're using the Lego parts that we found on the floor.
You're gonna duct tape it together.
Yep.
Indeed, Isaac is an engineer, and so modifying his own weapons has already been a part of Dead Space with the power nodes. You can make your plasma cutter set enemies on fire in Dead Space too. That's probably not standard issue for the thing. Well, they took it to its logical conclusion, and now you can craft your own weapons. For example, we have a Tesla core, picked up a heavy frame on the ground. We can make our own line gun. No need to buy it from a store with CEC credits. There's so many parts, tips, and really interesting, unique alternate variants. I will be using these because they are basically pre-order items, and they don't do anything really different. They just make the gun fire a little faster, and they make it look a little cooler and more unique, without really breaking your immersion or anything like that.
I mean, it looks like a caulking gun.
Oh, don't worry, we'll hit a lot of enemies in the cock with it. Sweep the legs. And on bottom, we've got a plasma core to make it even easier. Because of engine and memory limitations, you can only have 2 weapons at once. But that doesn't mean you can't still have 4 methods of attack. You can put a top tip and a bottom tip on each of your weapons. So technically, you can have 4. How neat.
So at which point you can earnestly say, "Thanks, Tips."
Thanks, Tips! Just showing off also that Carver can use the bench at the same time as Isaac. They are double-sided benches, and they slide over so they don't really get in each other's way unless you hop in at the same time. Then they kind of intersect. It's a little odd.
They don't so much intersect as they merge and become a singular being.
Hey, that was originally the conceit of the co-op.
I like that when they're working on the bench that Carver's not really doing anything, right? So you stand back there and it looks like Carver's just stood there staring at the bench, unsure of what anything does because he's not an engineer. So he's just kind of like awkwardly standing there, moving some nuts and bolts about, and then decides like, yeah, all good. And then his shotgun comes out. And he's just, scribbled little peacemaker dove on the side or whatever.
And that, you know what? In this universe, that would make it do more damage. So that would mean that Isaac's teachings are effective.
Hey.
No going back from here. And one thing I really like is the progression of these rooms. Consider Sally and Crow as well, but you and I have already talked about this. That room full of coffins and executions was past the quarantine door. Those were the guys that shut the quarantine door. They walked into that room, sealed the quarantine door, and then shot themselves in service to their colony.
Hey, CJ, do you know where the word quarantine comes from?
Where, my friend?
It's an Italian word. I think it meant roughly something like, had to do with like old ships coming in harbors and being infected with the plague, and a quarantine. It literally translates to something like for 40 days, because the standard procedure would be to leave people in the boat for 40 days, make sure whatever they had run out.
That's pretty goddamn cool, actually. That's really cool and appropriate.
They got turned into those things.
What do we do?
You keep your weapon ready and stay the hell away from the ventilation ducts. If they get close, shoot for the limbs. You got that? I said you got that!
Yeah, okay.
Hey!
Norton's VA is pretty good. I really dig Norton's VA.
I know. I think Norton's voice actor, also his body capture, the body capture was done by the voice actors, and there's pictures of them wearing them light bulb mocap suits. I feel like they all did a great job. I just wish that characters that we'll meet soon had more lines, because what Norton does get really does seal his character. They really seal the deal for his character. So, the necromorphs are asleep, meaning, technically speaking, they're trap mines and we don't want to walk under them. So let's disarm them. Still got our kinesis, and Crow's made a sniper rifle in a Dead Space game, which, believe it or not, is actually very useful.
Yeah, when you use it at range, yes.
He has found, through co-op, utility for the sniper rifle in Dead Space. Mea fucking culpa, Visceral. Mea culpa. The Seeker rifle was in Dead Space 2 for a reason. We used it a whole hell of a lot. This joke will be funnier in a year. My God. And that is this clip, editing this clip made me so happy, because seeing the gameplay of this game come together in a demonstrable way of a guy defending the other guy with his custom built weapons. It's so awesome.
So yeah, like I said in the first video, you can see the distinct design philosophies between me and CJ's styles of play here. Whereas
yes, I was just about to mention. Yeah, go for it.
So again, I am trying to play Carver as close to military man standard FPS shooter protagonist as I can. So he's taken the compressor assault rifle, and basically right now, yeah, he's got for weapon 2 a full-on shotgun.
Yeah, so he's going about as hard as can be, and it shows that Isaac's engineer weapons are almost better as support. They added support weapons to Dead Space for Isaac to use, basically.
Where the hell are you?
Almost to the crossover tube.
Whoa.
Sir, we're running low on ammo!
Make a barricade. Just keep them out a little longer.
Because the military engine is not really good for precision style stuff like like the various like pneumatic cores and like rip cores and whatnot that you get on the more standard Dead Spacey weapons, but in terms of just out-and-out damage-dealing potential, yeah, the military engine is top of the line, basically.
I like the ambience that plays in that hallway, by the way. The ambience that plays in that hallway is very specific. It foreshadows this hallway, which is our intro to Indoor Zero G. It's back.
Sure would be unfortunate if those blades were to start spinning.
This asshole got him started! The babies are back in town! The babies are back in town! And, they are even more dogged contenders than before. So,
which
Crow's sniper rifle takes these things out in short order, which shows they've been quite neutered. Haha, get it? Neutered?
Because you're making
Dead
dog
Space
puns.
2. Yeah, they're not babies anymore, because the Scaff fleet was a little bit... They were concerned with other things, let's say.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, like I said, that sniper rifle hits like a real bitch.
Hey! Very nice. 2.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so just to expand on that, we kind of realized, like, over the course of just recording this section about, like, how, like, we gave the game shit originally...
Real quick. I like how that sign over there says primary generator, and I could read it through his helmet lights. Again, justifies co-op in Dead Space immediately, as I could use his helmet lights to see. This General Mahad fellow has been quite busy, by the way. Earlier we got a text log from Crow. He apparently locked the captain in her quarters because she was going gibbering and insane. I assume that is the trail that we're following here.
Possibly, and again, the text log from Mahad mentions the dogs, so just to go back to that point we were making earlier about Visceral squished because, like, they were babies in the first game and they got the controversy, so they made them dogs, and...
This makes more sense. Ice Planet, of course they would bring, like, sledding dogs and stuff.
The SOS is coming from directly above me, and it looks like I found the ship's primary generator. If I can get power going, it should unlock the crossover for you.
All right, what about you?
There's an elevator here that goes straight up the spire. I'll meet you at Ellie's coordinates.
It's a The Thing reference, gentlemen. John Carpenter's The Thing had dogs on an ice planet that turned into tentacle monstrosities.
Yeah, so that's one thing this game didn't get credit for that I felt it deserved. This game dialed back on the body horror quite a bit because all of the enemies here on Tau Volantis in the fleet have already been dead for 200 years. So we're not going to encounter very much out there that's living, meaty stuff. Everything's already decayed and frozen. Some of the necromorphs were straight up asleep. And Crow here, demonstrating my favorite thing about the sniper rifle. If you shoot a waster in the torso, boy oh boy!
Yeah, look, limbs start flying regardless.
He took those pants out with a precision shot to the ass. I love it.
Although, to pull back the curtain a tiny bit, like, yeah, this is, like, functionally, like, with the upgrade parts that I've got on the sniper rifle right now, it's functionally a mid-game level sniper rifle at the start of the game. So it's a little bit more powerful than it should be right now, but it is basically showing its true potential right here very early for you.
And that's one thing that's both cool and a curse about Dead Space, is the save and load system. We'll talk about the profile system when we're safe, maybe. When we have time to talk about this game's save system.
We have time,
For now,
go on.
No, we don't have time. We've got co-op puzzles to solve. This is a great early co-op puzzle.
Tell me about this puzzle.
Either one of you could be the one to drag down the arrow, and either one could turn the crank. Whichever one would be better at aiming high should turn, because if you happen to be attacked by enemies when powering up this generator,
so
you have time to get ready. What's that?
So where's the puzzle?
That was the puzzle. One of us had to pull the arrow down while the other turned the crank. And it could have been either one of us. And that is where I think the puzzles are kind of cool in this game, is that they don't really force you to think, you just have to decide who solves them, and that's the choice you make.
crossover just opened up.
You're welcome.
Rose and Moxer stay put. Isaac Carver will rendezvous with the Spire.
Got it.
There are extra enemy spawns in co-op. Crow and I found that out on this recording session.
Yep.
Hard difficulty, which we will soon be playing on, adds like two or three extra necromorphs here or there, and I feel like that'll make the combat. We'll get a chance to show off, 2 guys in the Dead Space game as I accidentally stomp, getting out that frustration as I stand on the 3. What was I saying? Right. We'll get a chance to show off that having 2 guys with you really changes the amount of firepower you can lay down on the necromorphs, so they spawn more of them. But it doesn't really ruin the atmosphere any compared to single player. I feel it's quite well balanced. And speaking of well balanced,
Yeah, speaking of ruining the atmosphere...
Oh God, you found us.
Oh, Ellie, baby. I knew you were too stubborn to die.
This is awkward.
Is this him?
Yeah, that's him.
Isaac Clarke.
I love that Isaac's staring pretty much right at her when they're not talking to him.
Here is Jennifer Santos.
Just
our little lady with
the gormless look on Norton's face through the whole scene, too.
Script. This mission might still have a chance. Isaac, thank you for coming.
Look at her trying to shake him off, but he won't let her go.
Man, Norton really has the most... He's just mouth agape the whole time.
Not yet.
Yup, it's awesome.
Norton's a
Knowing
mouth
all of
breather.
that was mocapped.
He is a mouth breather.
She'd written marker scroll all over the walls. The answers are in there. I know it.
Anybody gonna help Santos there?
Here's my impression
No.
of Norton.
Let Isaac handle the translating. We'll leave it now. I got Bucko, you get Santos. Let's go.
Go on, take care of your crew.
Hang on, you're gonna make Santos pass out from breathing into that paper bag.
You could have warned me about Ellie and the captain.
No one cares about your love life, Marker Boy.
Nice. That's good. Carver's starting to grow on me.
And we're alone again.
You'll like him the more you get to know him. Marker Boy.